Hi everyone, come join me prepare this delicacy. So this vegetable, the English name is African rosewood, which is locally called Oha. This soup is majorly owned by the Igbos, which is the eastern part of Nigeria. There are lots of stories surrounding this soup. One of them is that you don't cut this vegetable with a knife. I really don't know why. I've been asking questions. No one up to date has told me why we are not allowed to cut this vegetable with a knife. Hence the reason I'm using my hands to cut this vegetable into tiny pieces. So the protein I'll be using for this soup is Titus fish, some stock fish, and some kanda for enhancement, and that is my already chopped onion. I'll be using this Gino peppered chicken. This is my blended pepper known as rodo, and you'll be needing some palm oil. The thickener I'll be using for this soup is ofo. I have my crayfish blended in it, and this is oziza leaf to give it good aroma and some taste. The first thing I did was to place my pot on the gas cooker, lit my gas, then I went in with my protein. The first was the stock fish, then I went in with the kanda because these other ones are hard and I wouldn't want my Titus to be overcooked. And then I went in with lots of onion, 2 seasoning cubes. See this particular chicken flavor, it always tried to disgrace me, so I threw it into the pot. Went in with some salt, covered and allowed to boil for about 3 minutes. Then I went in with my blended pepper. If you've been watching my cooking videos, you will know that I always use pepper to cook my fish because of the smell and the taste. When this had cooked for about 5 minutes, I removed my Titus fish because there'll be lots of stirring while preparing this soup and I don't want my fish scattered. The next thing I did was to melt all my thickener with this palm oil because I don't want it folded or separated in the pot. You can use any thickener of your choice. You can use Ede, which is the grounded cocoyam, or any other thickener, but I choose ofo. Ofo gets thick very easily. You don't have to use too many of it. And one thing you need to know that you have to allow your thickener to cook well, so people that eat it or even you yourself don't purge. I introduced my thickener to the pot, then I went in with 2 more seasoning cubes. I'm not a seasoning fan, so I went in with little more salt. I had to stir and tasted this until it was okay. Then I had to cover my pot. Went ahead to start washing my vegetable. You can see a friend told me sometimes back that you don't wash it, and I kept wondering, is it sand you want to cook? Because I don't know why I would prepare a vegetable that I did not pluck. Even if I plucked from my garden, insects must have perched on it and all of that. I don't know why I will not be washing it. So after that was neatly washed, I went in with my vegetable into the pot and I had to give this a good stir. I also went in with the oziza. I told you all the oziza was to give it a very good aroma and a very good taste. You can also use oziza seed. I went in with my parboiled Titus fish, and at this point I am stirring gently like we're driving a pregnant woman. I was just stirring it carefully so that my Titus fish will remain intact. I don't like it when my fish is scattered in the soup. That was the main reason of taking it out from the beginning of this video. And then I covered my pot and allowed this to cook for about 10 minutes. Guys, when I opened, the aroma was heavenly. Everywhere was smelling great. You can see that I've changed my spoon because at this point it was time for me to dish already. You can pair this soup with any swallow of your choice, but I preferred fufu, and that was what went well with this soup. Everyone in my family loved this soup and will be having more of this delicacy. Thank you for watching and bye.